the anticipation, right? I'd like to thank the teachers that have come tonight, particularly the Jackson staff is here, but I see quite a few teachers from every school in the district tonight, and I appreciate you guys hanging in there and being here. I wanted to let you know that we're wearing our union shirts in a bond of solidarity with men and women who labor across the United States. And we're doing this in making phone calls and sending emails to our state and our national elected representatives to, at the state level, pass a budget, get it settled, as Dr. Nishino said, and bring some, some answers so we can begin to get clarity at the local level. And at the national level, we want to see a stimulus plan passed. That will bring money to our state and to our district. We know it will bring approximately $3 million to Morgan Hill Unified that would go straight in to special education coffers to help us in meeting our mandated services. So we have been, actively involved in a campaign of calling and emailing so that we hope can make something happen. And across the United States today, union, brothers and sisters are in their union shirts to represent our solidarity as a labor movement. People need to have resolution on some of these issues. And, I'm preaching to the choir here, keeping our music thing going. And the truth is, as Barbara said, it is the worst of times and it is the best of times. When you hear Grace and Jonathan talk about their experiences, what school means and where they're going, that's what we do. But in the worst of times, we as the adults have to be making tough decisions. We in the Federation have put together a suggested outline that we are suggesting to the board and to our, to us as an educational community, that we adopt some basic principles as we move forward to help, boundary our discussions. It doesn't mean eliminate talking about everything, but just to summarize, we believe in an open communication and participatory governance. We think that during these unprecedented budget reductions, there has to be a thorough discussion of how we can effectively evaluate proposed cuts. Cuts have to be evaluated, and we need to keep in mind our mission is to educate students. We urge the adoption of a set of principles. It may not be our suggestion, this is a launching point, so that reductions could be measured against a standard and a difficult job can be done in an open and thoughtful way. Our guiding principles should reflect input from all stakeholders, and we applaud, it's killer for Bonnie and the school board every night to be out talking to people about it. But as people become educated to the totality of school funding, that will help them as part of the community to understand why we're still finishing Live Oak High School and at the same time perhaps having to reduce another school site. Because school funding is weird, it's not normal, people are confused by it. And we get so enmeshed in the process, it's helpful to educate our community. And the more people hear it, the better. It doesn't kill us to say it over and over. Trust me, 34 years of saying things over and over. I'm still standing, a little stunned from it, but repetition is good. We're suggesting that the entire district budget be open for examination. People should look at the documents. They should understand where monies go. They should look at everything, from what it costs for salaries to what it costs to maintain a building, because it will help them understand and know there's nothing being hidden here. We don't have anything to hide. And I congratulate Bonnie. She has worked here a long time. She is open and forthright, and she does her best to keep that transparent. We should make it as transparent as possible. We want to try to preserve employees, the faculty, staff, administrative personnel, to extent that it's possible, because people are our programs. We are a people business, period. That's why the bulk of the budget is in people. We hope that the district will be able to, we expect them to honor all provisions of collective bargaining agreements with the employee units, and proposed reductions that fall within the scope of collective bargaining have to be negotiated. And everybody understands that. Everybody's coming to the table ready to have that conversation. Budget reductions should be reached in a manner that minimizes a negative impact on the primary mission to provide a quality education to all students. We should focus available revenues on sustainable programs for students. Now's the time that we have to, as much as we might favor a certain program, love a certain aspect, have gained from certain consultants, now's the time that we got to go down to the core. And when I talk about the core, I'm not just saying reading, writing, and math, but we have to talk about what makes school a learning experience. Some art and music, some sports, core academics, but we need to look at that and see how we can structure it to meet the needs of our kids. I think we do need to reduce expenditures or examine it for consultants. Legal fees should be minimized, and other activities that are not directly involved in sustainable programs for students. It sounds obvious that we should maximize resources, but we need to really examine how we can maximize resources. Continuing to lobby for ADA. We had parents here noticing that. We're probably, getting programs to help, educate our community to what it means if a kid misses a day of school. We're doing simple things. Now, at the secondary schools, we're all online attendance, and that technology has been able to be delivered to our classrooms. That saves on paper, pencils, time of individuals. It sounds like a little thing, but that's a huge dollar savings over multiple days of work. Investigation into separation incentives should be examined. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if it'll generate enough money, but if we don't go out and look at it, because so much of the budget is people, it behooves us to get some data. It's very expensive to hire these annuity or actualization insurance type companies, but we're very good at mimicking. We can get them to provide us surveyed information. They can structure some programs, and then we can implement it ourselves. We're not under an obligation to have them do the administration at 6% fees. So we have to work smart and look at it. Not that we want to see people go away, but it might be a way to save money and reduce layoffs. We have to think about the totality of our staff, including classified, certificated, and administrative. Thank you.